With more on Melo's good day in L.A., we bring in by phone Mike Bresnahan of the L.A. Times, who covers the Lakers. And Mike, good to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Just how Hollywood did the pitch to Carmelo get?
It really could not have been any more Hollywood than it was. They brought in big-time movie producer Joel Silver, put together a few little flicks you might have heard of over the years, The Matrix, the Lethal Weapon movies, the 48 Hours movies, Die Hard. And he talked about the importance of Hollywood and its relationship with the Lakers, talked about some possible opportunities for Carmelo's wife, Lala Vasquez, and also created a 4-minute trailer, so to speak, of Carmelo's life, starting with when he was young and then going into kind of the turmoil years in Denver and more recently in New York, and then compiling what they called the third act, in which Carmelo could star for the Lakers, if only he would sign on the dotted line. But the Lakers think it went well. No one guaranteeing, though, that he will be joining the Lakers.
In a world where Carmelo is with the Lakers. Anyway, the Lakers, they presented a united front, as I understand, Mike. How important was it to have Jeanie and Jim Buss there together, along with Mitch Kupchak?
Yeah, no doubt from the start. Jeanie welcomed him and said, hey, it's really important for you to join us. And that kind of kicked off the business part of things. And then Laker business and marketing guru Tim Harris also jumped into the fray, talked about the Lakers and their reach and their brand. And obviously they have a huge foothold, not just in Los Angeles, but in all of the U.S. And also there were executives from AEG, which owns Staples Center, and also the Time Warner Cable Network. They own the Lakers television network out here. So they're really trying to prove to Carmelo that, hey, you go from the number one market to the number two market if you make this switch, but there are plenty of TV and other exposure possibilities if you do sign on the dotted line.
Right, broke out all the heavy hitters. So Mike, yeah, they're selling history, the Lakers, but what about the present? And there's a lot of work to be done in terms of assembling a competitive team. How do you convince a guy like Melo who wants to win right now that he should come aboard?
Well, that's the big problem. And first of all, the Lakers are victims of geography. They are in the West. They just finished 14th out of the 15 Western Conference teams. Obviously, if Carmelo comes out here, he's going to have to battle through, let's count them real quick, Oklahoma City, San Antonio, the Clippers, Houston, Golden State, maybe a revitalized Dallas team. I know I'm missing someone as well, but there's just so many good teams in the West, as opposed to if he stayed in the East, maybe not necessarily New York, but if he goes to Chicago, it's almost an intentional walk to at least the semifinals in the East playoffs. So the Lakers are kind of battling that. And obviously they cannot offer him nearly as much money as the Knicks can offer him. Last year, the Lakers could have offered Dwight Howard a lot more money than anyone else, and Dwight obviously went to Houston. So the Lakers kind of hoping for a reversal of what happened almost a year ago to the day.
All right, how big is the Kobe factor with his good friend Melo?
Yeah, it's a little bit different from last year. Kobe and Dwight, they weren't enemies. They didn't hate each other like Kobe and Shaq ended up hating each other back in the day. They were just kind of uncomfortable, Kobe and Dwight. Never quite hit it off. Things got a little tense in the Lakers meeting with Dwight last July. Kobe challenging Dwight, telling him, almost admonishing him, hey, stay here if you want to be a champion. Well, that didn't go over too well with Dwight, and obviously he went to the Rockets. But Kobe and Carmelo are actually pretty good friends, and they have been for several years, even though Kobe was not at the meeting because he was apparently stuck on international flights. He plans to talk with Carmelo, and maybe Kobe might be outdoing the Zen master. He might wait till Carmelo has his meeting with the Knicks, and then Kobe might try to get the last word in with his buddy Carmelo.
And you mentioned the Knicks, who are also present in Los Angeles, and this reminds me of the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You got Jeanie Buss and Phil Jackson, who have a real-life relationship going after the same guy. It's only in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you knew this was bound to happen. I didn't think it would happen this quickly when Phil signed with the Knicks a few months ago. But already, some people are saying, hey, the Lakers are obviously one of the 5 teams that Carmelo is meeting with, and it might be one of his top 2 or 3 choices, directly setting up a Lakers versus Knicks, Phil versus Jeanie. But let's face it, the Knicks do have a huge upper hand here financially, $35 million difference. And Carmelo obviously likes the city, so does his wife. So it's not quite a level playing field when there's that much of an imbalance in the possible money.
What a day. Mike Bresnahan, part Laker beat reporter, part TMZ reporter. on this this Hollywood day. Thanks for the time.
All right, anytime.